Hello friends, welcome to Technique. This is Nirmal here, and in this video we're going to do a review of the new Redmi Note 10T 5G. Now, as the name indicates, this is the first smartphone from Xiaomi under the Redmi branding with the 5G support in India. So Redmi Note 10 series were launched earlier this year, and we got the Redmi Note 10, Note 10 Pro and Pro Max, and the later Note 10s also came. Now we have the fifth device in this 10 series, the Redmi Note 10T 5G. Now this device comes with the Dimensity 700 chip, and this comes with 4GB RAM as well as 6GB RAM, and you get a 48 megapixel triple camera setup and a large 5000 mAh capacity battery, 18 watt charging, and MIUI 12.5. So how good is the device? So let's find out in this detailed review. So before getting started, if this is your first time on this channel, do hit that red subscribe button and also hit the bell icon to get notified of all the videos we publish. So let's begin. So first, let's have a look at the design and build quality of the new Redmi Note 10T. Now looking at the design, you can see that the design language is quite similar to the previous Redmi Note 10 series, especially the Redmi Note 10s and the Redmi Note 10. Now you can see that the camera layout looks quite familiar. Now there is a sensor missing, that's the ultra wide angle sensor, hence this is a triple camera setup, but nevertheless the camera layout looks quite good. Now the back panel design also is quite good. It's made of polycarbonate material, but it's a matte finish, and hence it gives a good feel altogether. Now we have been using this device for almost like 2 weeks, and we feel the build quality is definitely good. The fit and finish is good. Now you get a side mounted fingerprint scanner, the SIM tray, and USB Type-C port, and the speaker unit. The 3.5mm audio jack is on the top. So overall it feels quite good in terms of the fit and finish. Even the front panel has a punch hole selfie camera. The bezels are quite okay. So in terms of design language, this follows the same design language of the Redmi Note 10 series, and you can see that this is quite a decent looking device out there. And build quality wise also it feels quite good, although it's a polycarbonate material. The fit and finish and the build quality looks really nice on the Redmi Note 10T 5G. Now moving on to the display. Now Redmi Note 10 Pro and Pro Max came with a full HD AMOLED display. This comes with an IPS LCD panel. Although this has 90Hz refresh rate, this is not an AMOLED panel, and hence you don't get the same kind of experience you got on the Redmi Note 10 or even the Redmi Note 10 Pro or the Pro Max. Now the display quality is quite okay. The brightness levels are kind of adequate, I would say, in outdoor bright sunlight. It's not a very bright display, but it's a decent experience. Now color seems quite okay. It's an IPS LCD panel, so it's not as rich or vibrant as the AMOLED panels. So that actually shows up. If you compare with the Redmi Note 10 series, which is priced quite similarly, obviously the Redmi Note 10 display is better. It's an AMOLED display, but here you get a 90Hz refresh rate. Now the refresh rate again seems quite good. It does add to the smoothness of the display. The touch response also feels quite okay. So overall we feel this is not the best display out there in this 15K price segment, but it's not bad either. It's a decent display with 90Hz refresh rate. Now moving on to the software. Now this device comes with Android 11 out of the box, and we get MIUI 12.0.3 on this device. Unfortunately there is no MIUI 12.5 as of now on this device. So we expect Xiaomi to roll out the MIUI 12.5, because the MIUI 12.5 was available on the Redmi Note 10s, and this was first Redmi device to come with the MIUI 12.5, but kind of weird that this device does not come with the MIUI 12.5. And the MIUI 12.5 actually has a lot of changes internally in terms of performance, overall experience. So this is again a decent UI experience. Now this comes with 4GB RAM. The one we have is a 4GB RAM variant, and this is powered by the Dimensity 700 chip. Now the software experience is quite similar to what we have seen on other Redmi devices. Pretty good in terms of experience, a plethora of modes and options to choose, and we haven't seen any sort of major bugs or issues here, so it's fairly good in terms of overall experience. Now in terms of performance, this device runs on the Dimensity 700 chip. Now the chip is quite similar in this price segment. We have seen this on the Poco M3 Pro as well. Now it's a decent performing chip. It's a 5G chip, and it provides a decent experience too. It's not a gamer's device, although you can play some decent games on this device. You may not get very high graphic options, but it's decent performance in terms of gaming, and the day-to-day experience is pretty smooth actually. It does not have any sort of lag or issues, and the overall day-to-day experience in browsing, calls, social media, usage of camera, all those things, it was quite good. So it's a fairly good device in terms of performance as well. Now this is a 5G enabled chipset. Again, in previous videos also we have mentioned that 5G is not yet arrived in India, so going behind 5G for a smartphone doesn't make a really great sense as of now. But if you still want to go with a 5G device on a budget, then probably the Redmi Note 10T and the Poco M3 Pro also offers 5G at this price segment. Now talking about other aspect, the side mounted fingerprint scanner performs quite well. You can see that it does pretty good in terms of experience. You also get good speaker output, and the call quality and signal strength is also pretty good on this device. It does support voice over Wi-Fi. Then you get carrier aggregation as well. So all those things are included on this device. Now moving on to the camera. So this device comes with a triple camera setup. We have a 48 megapixel primary sensor. Again, we don't know the sensor details. We have done a camera review of this device. It has a macro sensor and a depth sensor, and you get a selfie camera as well. Now looking at the camera samples, we can say that this is a decent performer in terms of overall camera experience. Colors are quite okay for the most part, but the sharpness levels and detailing is not really great, but still it provides a decent experience overall. Now color quality is definitely good. It produces more or less natural colors, which is pretty good, and even in the budget segment you get some really good shots in this device. Now again, as I said before, ultra wide angle camera is missing on this device. That's one of the things which is missing on the Redmi Note 10T. Now the macros are kind of okayish, I would say. Again, I personally feel the Redmi Note 10 Pro and even the Redmi Note 10 produces slightly better overall macros than this device, apart from that, this also comes with a depth sensor. Again, decent performance. Now the low light experience is not a strength of this camera. It's a decent performance. Again, you can say, I would say not a decent, it's an average performer. Again, you can see a lot of noise in the low light experience. Again, not a strength of this device. Now selfie cameras are kind of okay. You can get some decent selfies. Again, the detailing are good. The selfies are more of a personal choice. I would leave it to your viewers to decide how good the experience is. You can also check out our detailed camera review to find out how the camera performance has been. Now finally, the battery life. So this device comes with a 5000 mAh capacity battery with 18 watt fast charging. Now you might be asking, we get a 33 watt charging on the Redmi Note 10, then why is 18 watt on this device? Now this device ships with a 22.5 watt charger, but whatever charger you use, the Dimensity 700 chip can support only a maximum of 18 watts. So that's the restriction. It's a chip based restriction, so you have to live with 18 watt charger. This is the same case what we've seen on the Poco M3 Pro as well. Now it takes close to 2 hours to charge this device. The battery performance is stellar as usual. The 5000 mAh capacity battery gives you really good performance on a budget. So that's the battery performance. So summing up, how good is the Redmi Note 10T 5G at 13,999 pricing? So that's a 4GB RAM and a 64GB storage pricing. Now this device makes sense if you are looking for a great 5G device on a budget at least below the 15,000 price segment. If you're looking for a 5G device, this makes sense. It has a decent performance, then good battery life, then design and build quality is again quite good, decent experience as well. But downsides probably is it is an IPS LCD panel, not the best panels out there. Then probably the low light camera experience, and the overall camera performance is strictly average. And other than that, probably we don't see much of an issue with this device, but it's a quite good device if you're looking for 5G. But otherwise, we feel the Redmi Note 10 or the Redmi Note 10 Pro makes much better sense than this device. But if you are looking for a 5G device, again, this is one of the really good devices in the sub 15K price segment with 5G enabled. So that is a detailed review of the Redmi Note 10T 5G. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Do hit that like button and also hit that subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.